Weirdest band accessories in the NBA. Looking for some NBA drama and controversy? Look no further than the league's band accessories. From head-to-toe fashion faux pas to safety hazards, the NBA has been known to crack down on some pretty wild gear. So if you're ready to take a deep dive into the weirdest and wildest accessories that the NBA has deemed off-limits, grab a seat and get ready for a wild ride. From black and red sneakers to a humble do-rag, we're exploring the most unexpected fashion decisions in basketball history. Don't miss out on the action. So let's dive into the video for some of the weirdest bans in NBA history. Number 1. The NBA's decision to ban ninja-style headbands during games in 2019 was met with both praise and criticism. While the league cited safety concerns as the reason for the ban, many players and fans saw it as an unnecessary restriction on personal expression. The controversy surrounding the headbands highlights a larger issue within the NBA regarding the role of personal style and cultural identity in the sport. For many players, their on-court look is just as important as their performance. From flashy sneakers to unique tattoos, personal style has become a way for players to express themselves and stand out from the crowd. For some, the ninja-style headbands were more than just a trend. They were a symbol of cultural pride. Players such as Jimmy Butler and Junior Smith often wore headbands featuring designs inspired by their African heritage, showcasing their identity on the court. However, the NBA's decision to ban headbands reflects a larger trend of the league prioritizing uniformity and brand image over individual expression. In recent years, the league has cracked down on everything from colorful shoes to personalized warm-up jackets in an effort to maintain a certain image of professionalism and uniformity. The controversy surrounding the headbands begs the question of whether or not personal expression should have a place in professional sports. While safety concerns should always be a top priority, it's important to recognize the importance of individual identity and cultural pride within the game. Number 2. The NBA's ban on chains and necklaces has ignited a conversation about the delicate balance between safety concerns and personal expression in professional sports. While the league has cited safety reasons as the driving force behind the ban, the impact of the decision on the personal identity of the players and their cultural heritage has become a point of debate. For many players, wearing chains and necklaces is more than a fashion statement. It's a way to express their individual identity and culture. Athletes frequently wear accessories with religious symbols or family heirlooms as a means of showcasing their personal beliefs and values. Some players believe that these accessories contribute to their on-court success, as they act as talismans or good luck charms. The NBA's ban on chains and necklaces, along with other regulations on personal expression, has been a point of tension between the league and the players. Players argue that the restrictions on personal style limit their ability to express themselves and their cultural heritage, which is an integral part of their identity. While safety concerns are understandable, players argue that the league should find a way to balance safety regulations with personal expression. The controversy surrounding the ban on chains and necklaces highlights the broader issue of how personal identity and cultural heritage intersect with professional sports. Players' on-court appearance and style are an integral part of their personal brand, and restrictions on personal expression can affect their marketability and brand image. At the same time, ensuring player safety is a critical component of the league's responsibility to its athletes. The debate over chains and necklaces in the NBA showcases the need for a thoughtful and nuanced approach balancing safety concerns and personal expression in professional sports. While safety is a top priority, the league should consider ways to accommodate players' cultural identities and personal expression, while still maintaining a safe and uniform game. As the sports world continues to evolve, there is a growing recognition that players are more than just athletes. They are individuals with unique backgrounds, cultures, and beliefs that they bring to the court. Number 3. In 2011, during an NBA game between the Miami Heat and the New York Knicks, Dwayne Wade, one of the game's most prominent players, experienced increased sensitivity to light due to a migraine. To alleviate the discomfort, he decided to wear tinted goggles during the game. However, this move caused controversy among the NBA officials, who believed that the tinted lenses could give Wade an unfair advantage over his opponents. The argument was that the tinted goggles could obscure Wade's eyes, making it harder for the opposing team to read his movements and anticipate his plays. As a result, the league banned the use of tinted eyewear, including the goggles Wade wore during the game. The ban sparked a debate among NBA fans and players alike, with some arguing that the rule was unwarranted. while others agreed with the league's decision to ensure fairness on the court. The officials contended that the ban would eliminate any potential advantage that Wade might have had over his opponents and maintain a level playing field for all players. Despite the ban, Wade continued to wear tinted goggles during games, citing health reasons. The NBA fined him for this, but Wade remained undeterred, and his decision to wear the eyewear, even after the ban, added to the ongoing controversy. The incident highlights the delicate balance between player safety and equity in sports. While it is necessary to prioritize athletes' health and well-being, it is also essential to maintain fairness and equality on the court. The NBA's ban on tinted eyewear reflects this balance and underscores the need for ongoing dialogue and debate around these issues in sports. Number 4. A decade later, in 1984, the NBA was in the midst of a cultural shift. Basketball had become more than just a sport. It was a cultural phenomenon, with players and fans alike embracing the latest trends and styles. And at the center of this cultural shift was a young Chicago Bulls guard named Michael Jordan. Jordan, who was already gaining a reputation as one of the most talented players in the league, was also known for his bold sense of style. In a time when most NBA sneakers were predominantly white, Jordan stepped onto the court in black and red Air Jordan 1s during a preseason game. The sneakers, which were designed by Nike specifically for Jordan, quickly caught the attention of fans and players alike. But while many were impressed by the bold design, the NBA was less than thrilled. In fact, the league immediately banned the shoes from regular season use. The official explanation for the ban was that the shoes violated the NBA's uniform policy. At the time, the league had strict rules about what players could and could not wear on the court, and Jordan's shoes were seen as a clear violation of those rules. However, there are some who believe that there may have been other reasons behind the ban. Some sneaker historians, for example, have suggested that the NBA may have been concerned about the potential influence of sneaker brands on the league. Nike was still a relatively new player in the basketball shoe market at the time, and the success of the Air Jordan line could have given the company an unfair advantage over its competitors. Regardless of the reasons behind the ban, Jordan himself seemed to take the situation in stride. He appeared on David Letterman's late-night show shortly after the incident and joked about the situation, showing that he wasn't too bothered by the controversy. In the years that followed, the Air Jordan line would go on to become one of the most successful and iconic sneaker lines in history. And while the ban on the black and red Air Jordan 1s may have been a setback for Jordan and Nike at the time, it ultimately helped to cement the shoe's place in basketball and sneaker culture for decades to come. Number 5. Following ahead, in 2000, the NBA was no stranger to controversy. The league was grappling with issues related to player safety, cultural sensitivity, and the balance between these two priorities. During a preseason game between the Indiana Pacers and the Toronto Raptors, one such issue came to a head in a surprising way. During the game, Pacers forward Sam Perkins took to the court wearing a do-rag. For Perkins, the do-rag was a simple and practical way to manage his hair while playing, but for the NBA, it was a potential safety hazard. The league quickly identified the do-rag as a potential problem, citing concerns that it could become entangled with other players or equipment during gameplay. In response, they promptly banned the use of do-rags and similar headwear during games. The decision to ban do-rags was met with mixed reactions from players and fans. Some argued that the ban was discriminatory, pointing out that other types of headwear, such as headbands and sweatbands, were still allowed on the court. Others saw the ban as a necessary measure to ensure player safety. Perkins himself was disappointed by the ban, but not entirely surprised. In an interview with the Indianapolis Star, he acknowledged that he had been warned about the potential hazards of wearing a do-rag during games, but had chosen to wear it anyway. "I understand the league's position," he said. "I just hope they can find a way to balance player safety with players' needs to express themselves." The do-rag ban remained in place for several years, but the NBA began to relax its stance on headwear in general as time went on. In 2005, the league allowed players to wear headbands that were wider than the previous limit of 2 inches, and in 2013, the league lifted the ban on headbands with slogans or logos. Today, players can be seen sporting everything from colorful headbands to elaborate hairstyles, showing that the NBA is becoming more accepting of individual expression, while still prioritizing player safety. And while the do-rag ban may have been a setback for some players, it ultimately helped to pave the way for greater cultural sensitivity and individuality in the league. Which one of the bans did you guys find to be the most disturbing? Let us know in the comments below. Subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more interesting NBA updates.